Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Marelok. You can get the blueprint for the Marelok from the Grenier or Chem-Lab in your dojo, and to build it you're gonna have to put in 30,000 credits, 2 detonite injectors, 5,000 polymer bundles, 5,000 salvage, and a fully built Forma. The Marelok is a Mastery Rank 7 semi-automatic secondary pistol that does primarily impact damage, but it still has a ton of slash as well, and it comes in with a relatively low 15% crit chance, a below average 1.5 times crit multiplier, and a solid 30% status chance. And it also sports a 6-round magazine with a 1.7 second reload. Now, while the accuracy on the Marelok isn't terrible, it's not perfect either, and the weapon also kicks quite a bit, so I would definitely avoid long range engagements and I would stick to short to medium range. And finally, the Marelok comes with a pretty spicy augment called Shrapnel Rounds. This gives you 200% multi-shot at the cost of 66% damage. Now, this might seem terrible at first, but it's actually a pretty good augment because it's very easy to balance out the negative damage. This is available from either Conclave or Nightwave. Now, there are actually quite a few things you can do with the Marelok because of the weird damage distribution, and I've actually tried all of them over the years, but as far as a basic build goes, this is the one that I would recommend the most. We have Hornet Strike for damage, Shrapnel Rounds for a ton of multi-shot, Auger Pact for a bit of extra damage to balance out Shrapnel Rounds, then Target Cracker for crit damage, Creeping Bullseye for crit chance, and then Heated Charge for heat, and Pistol Pestilence with Frostbite for viral. Now, if you don't have Shrapnel Rounds, don't worry, just take out Auger Pact and run Battle Diffusion and Lethal Torrent instead. It doesn't actually make that big of a difference with a basic setup like this because you're gonna lose a bit of damage and multi-shot in exchange for some extra fire rate. A basic Marelok setup like this will feel absolutely fantastic up to level 70, maybe 80, so it will happily cruise through the entire star chart and allow you to dip your toes into sorties as well. But that's pretty much where the Marelok stops, and I wouldn't really recommend investing more into it, even if you really like it, because at that point it's a much better idea to get the Vacor Marelok and invest into that instead. The Marelok is honestly a bit of a hard sell because on one hand it's fairly expensive when compared to other guns of similar power levels, but on the other it is a very cool gun. It sounds pretty good, and it has one of the best firing animations in the entire game, where you spin it every time you fire it. It's just, well, cool. It's a Grinlock without the extra barrel. It's effectively a Son of Grinlock. The main issues here are that the crit chance isn't great and the damage distribution is just wonky. If it did mostly impact or mostly slash, that would be great, but it does a little bit of both and it's kind of not. It makes both an impact-based hemorrhage setup as well as a slash-based, well, slash build kind of mediocre because the other damage type gets in the way. So I would mostly recommend this weapon based on cool factor. If you think the weapon is cool and you would have fun with it, get it. Otherwise, I would wait for the Vacor version. And that is pretty much all there is to say, so I thank you very much for watching as always, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.